Another important thing we want to know about being in the ring to being on the road. We want to know about discipline, big man. Like, you know, in the road fights, a man will nick you, you'll go nuts. You're on it. How hard is it for two people that have done that road fighting, which you know yourself well, to have the discipline to be able to take licks and still be calm?
That's what a boxer wants. A boxer wants you to go, man. A boxer wants to stick one on your nose, make your eyes water, make you get rageous, throw your handbags and wild out, and burn yourself out. Because remember, no matter how fit you are, you lose control. The fitter you are, the quicker you'll get tired.
You say to the surrounding community and the communities out of the boroughs that are out there, because you've been putting in work for community with the youths, with everything, what would you expect from them to make this shit bang and make this go somewhere?
Show up, you know, show up for your boy, show up for your community. You know, as we know, like, one thing that concerns me is you know, we know that a lot of the people, there's a lot of talk, a lot of people hyping, wanting to be around the guys, wanting to be around Q, wanting to be around Justo, talking and whatnot. Buy your tickets, show up, rep your community, yeah, and rep it in good faith. Don't be coming there and acting like gangsters. This ain't gangster stuff, yeah. Gangster stuff is finished, yeah. Since DNA, since cameras, since everybody's got a camera on their phone and everybody's a bloody snitch, yeah, all that shit's finished, you get me? Show up in good faith, yeah, you know, have a good time. Rep your guys, buy your tickets, yeah, rep your community, rep your boy, yeah, and let's make this event a big event, yeah. Let's make this something that can continue, something that can go on for generations, and help the communities and help the youngsters do something positive with their life, do a sport, you know, do something positive with their life. Let's make this into something that can be a stepping stone into professional boxing, yeah?
You heard what the man said, get your ticket. Come on, you know what time it is. DARDEST TV in association with a Five, and we're out here again to give you some real. We're in the blocks, you get me? You know what time it is, and we're with a man like KO Kitson, professional boxer turned boxing coach. He knows the rings, he knows how to train people. He done helped a bag of youths out here get off the roads and into something positive. And he knows fully well what the roads are like. What are you saying, brother?
Yeah, man, there, you good, champ?
Come on, it's been a minute, but we're here, you get me? We needed you on this one. Some official info to let the people know the difference. So what we're going to do, we're going to start this at the beginning, big man. The roads, you fully well know them. Justo, Quincey, they both come from them roads. They're getting in the ring. What's the difference between the roads and a ring when it comes to fighting?
Well, you see, on the roads, all you got to do is be first, you know. On the road, in a boxing ring, you can dance around, you can toy with a guy, you can box circles around him, you can play games, you know, you can tire him out, wear him out, knock him out. There's so many different things you can do. You can play chess, you know, and there's lots you can do in a boxing ring. But on these roads, all you got to do is be first. Yeah, we're all grown men out here, and any grown man with a little bit of weight, punch you clean in your face, yeah, you're more than likely going to sleep. You're first with a crisp 1-2 clean on the jaw, a man's going to sleep. So with you know, there's no padded gloves and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Any man that, you know, is a little bit about it, if he's first and he lands on your chin, you're gonna go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the boxing ring, you know, your gloves are padded. You know, it might take a bit more than a clean shot. You might have to wear a man down before you can take him out, you know? It's a bit different. It's a lot different. And just because you can have it in a boxing ring, don't mean to say you got what it takes to have it out on the road. And vice versa. Just because you can have it out there on the road doesn't mean to say you're gonna be good in a boxing ring. I can box, you know, put most man in the boxing ring with most average guys or normal guys in the ring with me. I'm gonna outbox them. I'm gonna box circles around them. I'm gonna toy with them. I'm gonna have fun. Just because I can toy with you and have fun with you in a boxing ring doesn't mean to say I wanna have a punch up with you in a club under 2 liquor. You get me? You know what I mean? Cause you know, if I slip, if I'm, you know, you catch me because side bang or whatever, could go to sleep. I'm a human being. You know what I mean? These these bare knuckles, yeah, is total different to a 16-ounce, 12-ounce glove.
Yeah. Alright, let me ask you this, big man. What if any man was silly enough to think, you know what, man's getting in that ring, I've heard all the talk, but I know I can knock man out, it's going down like that. What would you say to any man who might be thinking like that? Not that anyone is, but if they was.
This is not a street fight, this is not a wrestling fight, this is not a bare knuckle fight, this is a boxing match. It's a sport. It's a sport that, you know, it's a sport, it's a boxing match. So when it comes to winning a boxing match, it's all about preparation.
Yeah. Okay.
Preparation is the key, you know. You know, if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail.
Alright, you heard what the man said, so that leads on to our next question. Big man, they've been talking out here about the weight. People have been looking at both fighters when they've been meeting up to do their press conferences, or what you call it, where they do the little signings and bits like that, and they're saying the weights ain't what they want to see. How important is it for man to train hard from now to December the 13th to get their shapes into the right sort of predicament for this fight?
Training and preparation is adamant, is key, but shapes and sizes and that means nothing. What a guy looks like, what a guy don't look like is nothing to do with it. It's how he performs.
Yeah.
It's how he performs. I don't think weight's going to be an issue in this fight. Looking at both of them, they both seem around the same weight, and you know, weight, I don't believe weight will be an issue in this fight.
Yeah, because they have said they're nearly the same.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me ask you something else on that, big man. How important is it then, like you're saying, the weight isn't important, but how important is it for them to make sure they're training from now till December the 13th?
Well, you know, preparation is key, as I said, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about preparation. And if they wanna, you know, if they wanna do themselves proud, do their communities proud, you know, the best thing they can do is give it 100%.
Yeah.
Because bottom line, I don't really want to talk too much as a coach and that. I'm not here to promote the fight. I'm not a promoter.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the fighters. That's their job. But you know, you ask me a question, I'm gonna be real with you. Anything less than 100% ain't good enough.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. If man was looking to look up for the cameras and turn up there looking nice with it, how hard is it to lose weight between now and December? How hard do you have to train to cut up before December the 13th?
Well, you know, it depends on age and stuff like that. None of these guys are young men and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it depends on age. But to be quite honest with you, it's not a bodybuilding competition. You know?
Yeah.
Boxers, you know, we love bodybuilders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We like guys that come in full of muscles and looking the part. You know, both of these guys are, you know, road guys and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm sure they both. Well, you know, as far as I know, both of them have been to Penn and stuff like that. So they know that it's not about bodybuilding and weightlifting and looking cut up and ripped up and all that. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. It's what they got inside them and what preparation they've done to prepare for it.
Okay, let's get on to another big factor on what the people are saying. Everywhere I step, I'm shouting who's winning. Justo, Quincey. Who's getting the knockout? Everybody who's shouting Quincey is saying he's the man with it. But right now they're saying the reason he's the man with it over Justo is because he's got the boxing experience. Now, I've stepped to Justo with that question. He's telling me that don't mean nothing. So this is a two-part question. What would you say to a man who would say that that don't mean nothing? Firstly,
it means a great big deal. You know, Q's a child boxer, and being a child boxer is a huge advantage with preparation. You know?
Yeah.
I've boxed a long time, and the best boxers, you know, that I've cut some of the best boxers I've come across don't have good records.
Yeah.
Guys can be British champions, British professional champions, amateur champions, pro champions, you know, and guys like that are just gym fighters, guys that have just been around the gym, underachievers and stuff, can wipe the floor with these guys. So you know, being a boxer doesn't really mean nothing. It's preparation. It's all about preparation and momentum. Yeah, it's all about preparation and momentum. But you know, being a child boxer with preparation and momentum is going to be a very, very hard thing to do.
Yeah. All right, well, let me ask you the second part of that question. Quincey's talked about the fact he was a child boxer many a times on interviews. What we want to say to you as a man who's continued with that throughout the years is, if a man was in that ring as a child boxer, let's say 30, 35 years ago, but he ain't been stepping in that ring regularly since, will he forget what he knew? Would that still be deep in him?
That's deep in him.
Yeah?
It's deep in him, and it will never leave him. And that is the advantage that he definitely has.
Yeah.
You know, but it still boils down to preparation.
Yeah.
You can't have that. You're still gonna have to wait that back up.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wait that back up, and you're still gonna have to prepare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as I say, if you don't prepare to win, then you're gonna prepare to fail.
Okay. So you as a professional of this game, a man who studies boxers, and I know that because I've been around you for years and seen how you roll. What do you honestly see when you look at both fighters?
Well, I don't know Justo at all, but I've seen him on the internet.
Yeah.
And you know, my spirit takes to him. I like how he projects himself, and that I think he's a cool dude. Like, you know, from a supporter. As I say, I don't know him personally, but I think he looks to me like a guy that's got heart. You know, that's gonna come to win. I know Q from the road. I've known him from primary school to children's home to young offenders. You know, he's always been about it. He's, you know, I've always rated him as being a stand-up guy. I always respected him as being a stand-up guy. I know he's got heart. I know he's got spirit. I know he's got energy. You know, as long as he prepares, I can't see him going wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so again, I'll ask you on the fact of I've seen how you see boxing. I'll ask you this. What do you expect and want from that night? Because a lot of us are out here wanting the knockout. We want to see a man clean out. But what do you, with the experience, want to see that night?
Well, I want to see the best man win. The one thing we do know about boxing is, you know, we can say, oh, this will happen, and that it's all talk. It's all, you know, nobody's going to know what's going to happen until the night. You get me? Yeah. And what we do know for a fact is the best man will win. The best man on the night will win. Doesn't mean that the winner is the best person, but the best man on the night, the most prepared person on the night, is gonna win the fight. I just want to see that. I just want both of them to, you know, give 100% and represent their communities, represent themselves, make themselves proud, represent their communities, make their community proud. And I can see, you know, street borough boxing championships becoming a big promotion. And what I'd like to see is that, you know, off the back of this promotion, you know, more promotions for the rest of the youth in the communities, you know, to have a stepping stone into boxing, into professional boxing, and into, you know, world boxing, making, you know, getting their families out the ghetto, hopefully, you know, generational wealth, and, you know what I mean, just going all the way to the top. If we can see, you know, one or two or a handful of people come through this and make it to the top, you know, they've done something amazing. And I think that the two characters are capable of doing so.
You heard what the man said. You tell me, if you had your choice of anybody you see on the internet with a fan base who's talking greasy or talking like they can do this thing, who would you like to see in that ring on an undercard?
On the internet,
Because you remember what you just said, we want to make this big.
I wouldn't mind seeing Bouncer and RTM. Who's the RTM guy again? Who's that guy again?
Spray.
The wife of that.
Yeah,
that
Spray.
The wife of that
Yeah.
dude, and maybe Bouncer. That would be a nice little matchup, I reckon. I see them talking a little bit of grease. I don't know if they're shooken on it. I think they might have squashed it, shooken on it. Definitely want to see you and Tiny. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, them talk there, big man.
I definitely want to see you ton over Tiny. You know what I mean? You know,
Tiny's hard, rude boy. You get me? You've heard him. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I like Tiny. I like Tiny, what he does on the internet.
Yeah.
He's funny, you know what I mean?
Who else you feeling? You're feeling some Kidavelli in there with a guy with a tea towel on his head, Rafu or whatever. You get me?
Kidavelli, yeah. Lots of guys, but just, you know, really and truly, I just want to see people rep their community, you know what I mean? If you think you can do it, if you think you're about it, you know what I mean? You're so-called gangster, you're a G, you know what I mean? Prove it, innit? You know what I mean? Because there's all kind of gangsters. I don't really like talking about gangster life and that, because as I said, it's dead. I mean, I'm 48, I don't want to promote it or glamorize it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you know, you got your robbers out there, you got your shotters out there, you got all these type of people that are bad for different reasons. But you know, really and truly, the ones we respect and the ones that we really rate are the ones that can do this. You know what I mean? We don't care if you're bad with a gun and you rob this man and that man. You get me? But you're broke. You know what I'm saying? And we don't care if you're a shotter and you made all this money, but now you're locked up in jail. Like, forget all of that. You know what I mean? Like, the ones we really respect are the ones that can do this, the ones that are gonna do what Quincey and Justo are gonna do and get in a ring and put it all on the line for their community. You get me? Yeah. These are stand-up guys. These are guys that really are about it. All the rest is just a bag of hype and a bag of nonsense, and you know what I mean? It's like it's just whatless, man. Put these up, you know, sell some ticket, get a bag of tickets, run around your community, sell your tickets, rep your community, and get in a ring and box. You know what I mean? If you're the bad man in Northwest and Southwest and East and West, and you know, that's, to be quite honest with you, I don't really care about the names and who it is. I would like to see somebody from East facing somebody from West, someone from Southwest facing someone from Northwest. You know, step up, man. If you think you're about it or whatever, step up, man. You know what I mean? Get in that ring. It is a it's a buzz, you know, like a fun fair ride when you're standing there waiting, thinking, I want to get on that ride, and you got, and then you get that rush, and that's what boxing's about. You know what I mean? You walk up to that ring, you're thinking, your heart's pumping, you get in there. Trust me, there ain't no buzz like it. Yeah, if you're really about it, put them gloves on, sell some tickets, get in that ring, and make yourself some money.
You heard what the man said. So if you're one of them internet superstars that been talking greasy, fuck the talk about you want some money and making this thing long out. Train until the 13th of December and get in the ring and get knocked the fuck out. So hear what I'm saying, big man. What's your last words? What would you say to both them fighters as some last words?
Give it 100%. Yeah, show up, do yourselves proud, do your communities proud. May the best man win, and may both of you come back home unscathed, you know, and do a good thing for the community. You know what I mean? And respect to both of you as well. You know what I mean? Respect to both of you. Obviously, I'm rolling with Bricky, and I'm rolling with my guy. You get me? You know what I'm saying to you? But bottom line, you know, give it your all. Go in there, have a proper war, proper tear up. Do yourselves proud, do your community proud. Hopefully, you know, we're praying that you do that and you come out of it safe. You know what I mean? And you set up a platform for youths to come up behind you guys. Yeah. Okay. You
heard what the man said. He's going with Bricky, he's going with Quincey all day. But we also know a man like Justo gets busy. Let's never forget that. So last thing, big man. Obviously, we're all up there watching every move about this fight, you get me? We're watching the pictures, we're watching the talk, and we've seen you, Quincey, and man like Kitson militant training. We know your training don't play as well. What are you saying to us? That picture there, is that danger for Justo?
Boy, you don't know, man. You know, like, you know, Q's got a good team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got a very, very good team. But, you know, as I say to my young boxers, I let them know all the time, you know, you're the one that's getting in the ring. You're the one that's, you know, putting on the blood, sweat and tears. So I tell these young fighters straight, you know, you're the president and your team are your bench. So, you know, you got at the end of the day, you got to put in the work, you got to put in the preparation, you know, and you know, he's got a great team, he's got a great bench, but he's got to be the president and go and make it work for his community.
Yeah, you heard what the man said. Big up Quincey and Justo for having the balls to do the damn thing, and let's hope it goes on to something bigger. Big up KO Kitson for talking and showing his experience in the game, you get me? We're out here, DARDEST TV, in association with the 5. All you young youths, listen to the man and do something better with your life and look after your family. Last words, someone's getting knocked the fuck out. 1.